Lebanon. People have been fleeing after Israel issued a series of evacuation orders. It's been carrying out airstrikes, which it says are targeting the Iran-backed group Hezbollah. Let's consider how the Lebanese government should respond to the situation in which it finds itself. Najat Saliba is a member of the Lebanese parliament and joins us. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Do you think the response of the government has been correct so far?
Well, this is an unprecedented and very bold decision to lift any support on Hezbollah military actions, and the government and the president both have the majority of the parliament supporting this decision. They also have the judicial system working towards implementing those decisions and actually holding all those who are carrying weapons accountable.
But do you believe that this insistence that Hezbollah ceases military action can realistically be enforced?
That's the challenge that the cabinet and the president and all of us are facing. I think this decision is taken, and the cabinet has repeatedly said over and over again that they are very firm in implementing these decisions. So even if it might take time, I think the decision is taken and it will be implemented sooner or later.
And I know the government is also calling on the judicial authorities to persecute civilians who are carrying weapons. How much of a shift in the government's position is that?
Well, since 1982, no cabinet other than the cabinet of the Prime Minister Nawaf Salam has taken any decision to lift any support on the military actions of Hezbollah. So we believe that this has been long waited for decades, and that's why it has all the support that it can get from the majority of the Lebanese people and the majority of the members of the parliaments. And so having this decision in place now, it's a matter of supporting the judicial system to start the implementation, also backing up the Lebanese armed forces to actually start implementing the de-weaponizing of Hezbollah south and north of Litani River.
But the de-weaponization, to use your word, of Hezbollah is, needless to say, not going to be popular with Hezbollah. Are you concerned about how the group will respond to this development?
There is no major concern. I think the Lebanese armed forces, now backed up by a very important political decision, they will start implementing. All the threats about any civil war or unrest inside the country is not taken seriously. We don't believe that there will be any conflict internally. There will be probably some resistance from some groups of Hezbollah, and those will be stopped at the right moment by the Lebanese armed forces, by the ISF, the internal security forces, all backed up by the decisions taken by the president and the prime minister and its cabinet.
I also wanted to ask you about the humanitarian situation in Lebanon. Many tens of thousands of people have been displaced from their homes. How serious is the situation at the moment?
The situation is definitely serious, with 300,000 people being displaced and moved from their place all over the country. Thanks to the cabinet, again, to assemble all their forces and all their capabilities to try to find shelters for all the people who need shelter, people who could not and do not or cannot afford to have to rent a place. Of course, it's mildly cold in these days, and some people have been on the streets for more than 48 hours. The Minister of Social Affairs is updating the people, also trying to accommodate all the people who are in need for shelters and for food. Definitely, the situation is very difficult on the people, very difficult for those who have fled their villages and left their homes. But luckily, the cabinet is preparing leading and being up. They rose up to the responsibility, and they're trying to accommodate most of the people.
Najat Saliba, thank you very much indeed for joining us on The Context USA.
Thank you.
Well, let's bring in our panel.